I've got two words for you, and those are Steven Strasburg, perhaps the biggest thing to hit Syracuse since Carmelo Anthony.
Welcome back to NCC Sports Live. I'm Beth Long here with your sports update.
The Syracuse Orange are looking to make history tonight as they take the hardwood floor against the Providence Friars here in the Carrier Dome. Team USA took on Canada on the ice tonight, trying to beat them at their own game and on their own ice. But for Darrell Smith, SU's starting middle linebacker, spring ball is about more than just the fundamentals. Start on the football field. Art Jones has a new home. Ortiz, Big Papi, he's getting a little older, not to mention last year he didn't even hit 30 home runs. They don't have anybody in the lineup that has hit 30 home runs in the bigs at all. The Lions Bank Stadium is a completely different picture tonight with Strasburg pitching. It's a sellout crowd and you can barely even move around in here. Why, in times when people don't have a lot of extra cash, are Syracuse football shirts still flying off the racks? The tarps rolled out on the field. The rain is coming down.
Think you have to be here to be in the middle of Syracuse athletics? Well, all you really need now is this.
I've got two words for you, and those are Steven Strasburg, perhaps the biggest thing to hit Syracuse since Carmelo Anthony when he played basketball here for the Orange. But is he living up to the hype? Well, I talked to a lot of his teammates earlier today, and they told me that the 21-year-old right-handed pitcher is living up to the hype, and that's the most impressive thing about him. They say that he is one of the hardest workers on the team, and that he's got a bright future ahead of him, which all of us probably already knew. But they told me that they are really impressed with him, even coming in here and only playing 4 games so far. I also asked them how much longer they think he'd be here. They told me 1 to 2 games at the most, and that yesterday may have been his last start. So we'll see what happens in the next few weeks with our friend Steven Strasburg. That's all I've got for you out here at Lions Bank Stadium. Back to you in the studio, John.
Now, Beth, you mentioned all the strides and the competition that the team is using to get better. What would you say overall is the biggest strength going into the fall?
I say it's got to be the defense. The linebackers could be the core of the team this year. Darrell Smith, we spoke to him a little earlier, and he said that he's feeling better than ever, and Marone thinks that he's going to have a lot more postseason honors than he did last year.
So you mentioned the defense, but what about on the offensive side of the ball, specifically at quarterback? As you mentioned, Greg Paulus is gone, and now it seems like Ryan Nassib's going to get the starting nod. What would you expect from the quarterback position, and is there another controversy brewing?
Well, Ryan Nassib looked pretty good last year in the 10 games that he did play in. Of course, the breakout game that he had against West Virginia with his 120 yards and his high completion rate. But Charlie Loeb, I think, is going to be a force to be reckoned with. He's not going to be, just pushed to the side. I think that you might see a lot of competition between the two, as Marone says he's stressing it, and he thinks both of them look really good right now. So it's a toss-up as to who will be on the field this fall.
So we covered the offense and we covered the defense. What about overall? What is the overall expectations from you since you've covered them the entire spring?
The overall expectation this year is to get to a bowl game, and I think they can actually do that this year. 6 wins is very possible, and I think we'll see that in the fall. The honors just keep rolling in for the SU men. Syracuse placed 10 players on this year's All-America lacrosse teams, leading the nation with 3 on the first team. And this weekend, senior Chris Daniela will play in the Lax World All-Star Game, while next week, junior Joel White will head to the nation's capital for the presentation of the T. Wharton Trophy, college lacrosse's highest honor. Steven Strasburg, and the burning question, how much longer will he be in Syracuse? According to the Washington Nationals website, not for long. The Nats posted that Strasburg will probably make his Major League debut in the June 8th series where the Nationals take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. The official announcement will be made about a week before Strasburg is called up to the Nats, but in the meantime, he's scheduled to pitch again for the Chiefs Saturday night. Here's what the Chiefs bullpen had to say.
I'm sure he'll leave in the next couple of starts. It'll only be a little bit longer. It's just one of those things where you want to get a couple good starts under his belt and give him some experience before he gets up there.
Strasburg may be a big name around here, but I've got a bigger one for you, President Barack Obama. Today, the president met with the national championship Duke basketball team and the newly named U.S. World Cup soccer team in the White House. Obama, along with Vice President Joe Biden and former President Bill Clinton, met with both teams, congratulating Duke on their national title and wishing the World Cup team the best of luck in next month's tournament. And that's it for sports. I'm Beth Long. Back to you guys at the desk. For the past 3 years, the SU lacrosse team has been unstoppable in the Carrier Dome, racking up a 24-1 record on their home turf. Today, 12 seniors stepped up to the plate for their last regular season game in the Dome to take on the winless Providence Friars. One of the most impressive of these seniors, Chris Daniello, coming off a 4-goal game against Rutgers on Tuesday, and Cody Jamison, the reigning Inside Lacrosse Player of the Week for the two seniors. Daniello, first goal, behind the back, 1-0 Syracuse, just under 11 minutes in the first. One of his 3 goals, but Providence wouldn't get away the pesky Friars. This puts them in the game, 2 goals down, 5-3, 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Then Joel White to Cody Jamison. The left side's his power side. You leave him up over there. It's going in the goal. That's one of his 3 goals and 2 assists on the night. Hat trick for Jamison. Also a hat trick for Daniello. Daniello's goal right here, unbelievable. Puts Syracuse up 14-5. That's what they win by, the hat trick. Orange finished the season 6-0 at home. Here's what the seniors had to say after the game.
We're getting our shots.
It's just another Sunday afternoon at the ballpark. But this is Monday. The difference?
Hey, we got Steven on the cover tonight. I only got a few left.
That man is Steven Strasburg, the 21-year-old pitching phenom who was the Washington Nationals' top draft pick. Now he's a starting pitcher for the Syracuse Chiefs.
Alliance Bank Stadium is a completely different picture tonight with Strasburg pitching. It's a sellout crowd, and you can barely even move around in here.
I think for the community, this is, one of the biggest things we've ever seen come through.
Since his first start early May, Strasburg has helped put the team in first place in league play, as well as sold out Alliance Bank Stadium and merchandise with his name on it all over central New York.
He's brought a lot of, revenue to the Chiefs that we might not have had in April or May. Those are tough winter months still.
But why all the hype? Strasburg's teammates say he's worth it.
We haven't had somebody who's so young and so promising right out of college that's already ready for the big leagues at that point.
And Strasburg himself says it best.
It shows out their fans, and hopefully they can stick with me through the the good times.
Beth Long, NCC News.
That's my locker.
Nick Trivelpiece looks like most high-fiving happy 6-year-olds, but he's anything but normal. And that's where the Syracuse men's basketball team comes in.
Well, they're great players and they're wonderful, but they're just good people, and they just have embraced him. He's not like all the other kids, and that's it becoming more clear to him.
Nick was diagnosed with a pediatric brain tumor nearly 3 years ago. That's why the Friends of Jacqueline Foundation paired Nick up with the SU men's basketball team.
The Friends of Jacqueline Foundation has matched up nearly 200 children across the country with sports teams, just like Nick here in Syracuse. Dennis Murphy, who founded the organization after his own daughter Jacqueline was diagnosed in 2005, says this organization, he believes, has the power to change everyone's life involved.
There's no chemo, there's no radiation, or there's no clinical trial drug that's better than love, support, and friendship.
A friendship that Nick has with the SU men's basketball team, especially his favorite player, Andy Routens.
Every day he comes to practice, he's warming up with us, he's skipping around. His folks say that when he's skipping around, he's having a good day.
You see Nicholas smile, or you see any of these children smile when they come to a game. The impact it's almost gratifying, instant gratification, because you see it.
And that powerful little smile motivates the bigger boys, too.
They say you're their good luck charm. What do you think about that?
Beth Long, NCC News.